Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 108 of the Realm Recap. I'm Jason from Yakface.com, joined once again by Flyguy from Flyguy.net.
Good evening, interwebs. Good evening, dudes. It's been good to be back.
Yes. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too, and everyone else watching. Lots of Star Wars goodies and toys and stuff we've missed.
Yep.
We're going to cover.
A bunch of new things have popped up, whether it being unannounced product that just happens to be stumbled upon at retail again. Some great reveals just even today on social media for some vintagey type stuff. We'll get to that in a bit. There's some good news, bad news, sad news. So the end of 2016 couldn't have happened soon enough. It just seemed like a big, a big mess towards the end. But 2017 is looking better and brighter with, the 40th anniversary of Star Wars. We just, Rogue One happened, and that's going to be. I want to catch that one more time in the theater, I think, before it leaves. But yeah, 2017 is looking pretty good so far. So we will get to all of that. We'll start off this week with some Hasbro news, as we usually do. This was kind of the biggest news of the week. Kind of leaked out first on Instagram, but a unannounced. Well, it's been rumored. Jedi Temple Archives had rumored this a few months back, maybe a year back, but an AT-ST walker with driver popped up at Walmart as an exclusive. Essentially it's a repaint of the Legacy Collection one that came out back in, when was that, 2009?
Yeah.
So,
and they've done away with the kind of Endor poopy feet, and they went for quite a tasteful bit of weathering on it. I think it's not too bad.
Yep.
Still quite a lot of brown, but it's a great vehicle. It was a really good vehicle, in fact, and still a good figure that's in there.
Yep.
I find like you and I and a lot of other sites are just bemused by Hasbro's kind of PR machine as to why would you not tell all the Star Wars fan sites about this? Those fanatics like us who buy toys. Yeah. But instead, no, let's just roll it out and just not tell anybody. So, or maybe there was a street date and someone's broken it. But yeah, it's kind of nuts.
One of those weird things again. It's like, how does something? I mean, obviously, it's been known for a while. I mean, Hasbro made this thing.
Sure.
How do they not?
It's like I know. It's just PR, public relations doesn't seem to work. I don't know what the hell they're doing. It's just very odd, very odd. But it looks good. Yeah,
it's pretty good. $60. Yep, $59.99 or $98.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah. With the repacked driver I think the driver was originally available at Kmart in that 2-pack of drivers. Right. It's kind of funny because, again, Hasbro being what they are, sometimes they show a completely different figure on the back of the packaging that's not included in this set. The figure that's on the back is an older, swivel elbow, not super articulated figure. And then I guess that wasn't available for picture day whenever this came out.
I know, they're funny.
But hey, funny. It's as soon as I see one, I think I'll probably get it. I like the walkers. I think this is the 5th version of this particular mold that's come out, because I think there was the first one in 2009, like we had mentioned, which was Walmart exclusive. Then one came out as a Target exclusive in like a Attack on Hoth battle pack, ultimate battle pack thing. There was one that came out. I'm blanking on the other one. There was a Toys R Us one that had the poopy feet, like you mentioned.
Yep.
There was the vintage box one. That was a Kmart exclusive.
Yep. That was a Kmart exclusive. Yep.
And then now this one. So.
Yeah, 5 times to repack something. Not bad going.
Right, and there have been issues with the previous versions where they would either collapse under their own weight, they just couldn't stand very well, or the joints that, whatever you want to call them, the ankle, the knee, hip joints would actually break. So
mine was pretty good. I had made standing for about a year or so in a display cabinet. It was pretty solid, but I could imagine those chicken legs are kind of well, that's what they used to call it, wasn't it? The chicken walker, but
right. So I think they've addressed that and either done some reinforcing or just a better better system of keeping the thing stable. So
I think the thing, like a lot of people, and myself, I think what a lot of people really just gravitated towards in this was, I think everybody thought it was going to be 6-inch.
right.
I think everybody just about lost it.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, they made a 6-inch, and it was like, no, it's 3.75.
Yeah.
You never know. You never know. But
Yeah, it was either that was the reaction or fake. I think those are the
yes.
two options. You know, fake. You know. And
Real or fake?
who's to blame people for thinking that way if Hasbro doesn't? They don't release any sort of info.
No. Crazy
So
people.
anyway, that's hitting stores nowish. So
Go get it.
this next one here, some unproduced Ewoks. This was something that the collectors, what was it, the Chivecast posted on Twitter.
Yep. Of the what did they call it? I'm sharing the page in just 1 second here if I can pay attention. It's a great site for vintage heads. The yes, collector's archive. My bad.
Right.
But if you like older figures, a lot of vintage, these guys go into vintage like you would not believe. They've got a very kind of slightly eccentric but really enjoyable podcast if you like vintage stuff. But to get to see this kind of stuff, now Ewok Adventures is not my favorite thing, but to get to see all this kind of blueprints and information like this, it's just great. You never get to see this stuff. So yeah, it is Ewok Adventures, but still, it's Kinesa and other kind of stuff. But just getting the designs and seeing stuff you just never see is always interesting. So I thought it was worth sharing for
absolutely
a lot of viewers and listeners, watchers, whatever. That this is how these things are made.
Yeah.
So it's interesting stuff. And that was it.
What's kind of funny though, you're sharing some of those pictures there, the animation, the color break details and whatnot. Years ago, I can't remember where I got it, but they were giving out animations like cells from the Ewok series from someplace. I don't know if it was, I can't remember for the life of me where it was from, but you know, if you were lucky enough, you got like an Ewok as one of the you know, it's kind of like an acetate film with the character painted on it. And mine was, it was a rock, and it just looked like a piece of poop. You know, it's just like, you know, it's like a 8.5 by 11 acetate sheet with a brown dropping on there. I will never get rid of it because it's just so hilariously bad as far as what it is. But yeah.
I can see the EB listing, you know, it's like, you know, we're acetate Ewok poop. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I'll have to bring it for the next show and show it off because the thing is great. I need to frame it and put it up is what I need to do. It's like, here's some Ewok poop from Star Wars.
Everybody's got a poop.
Yeah.
Including Ewoks.
What's the next thing? Unproduced Mighty Mugs. Speaking of more unproduced, unannounced items.
I was just at a car. Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, I was going to say, this was something that popped up on Twitter again through Jedi News. I think the source was
Gorko Racing.
Gorko Racing, yes. He's a very well-known collector of prototypes online.
Yes, he is indeed.
So there's some... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. No, it's just that's the same thing you were going to say, probably just some Mighty Mugs that were never produced and never made it out to the main retail. But God, what a shame! The Dengar is awesome. His gun looks awesome. Ponda Baba, and his arm comes off as well on Ponda Baba. So yeah, I sadly just parted with a lot of my Mighty Mugs, Mighty Mugs, whatever. At a car boot sale today, actually, and some guy was like, "Oh my God, these are awesome!" I was nearly crying giving them away.
Yeah.
But there's just, you got to get space, and they were a great line, kind of the precursor in some ways to Funko Pop.
Very much so. They were ahead of their time on this.
They were, but yeah, just a shame. These will be worth a lot of money, I'm sure. But a lot of people would have liked an Ahsoka, that's for sure.
Ahsoka, yeah.
So yeah, it's a shame. I'd love to bring them back, but there you go. But a real little insight into some stuff that we never really get to see. So yeah.
Let's see. This next item here. Obviously, we're past Christmas now, and stores are trying to get rid of their big box items and clear them out. You know, whether it be, you know, it's not here in the show notes, but we've talked about this on the past couple shows we've done with first order transmissions. The AT-ST is going on various rounds of clearance. I've seen it for $150, and then it's now down to like $90. And I think there's one more clearance it's going to be available for. But that thing, obviously a $300 item that never really made it out to retail. So
yeah, it wasn't great, was it? But
no. But this one has been out obviously for a year now, and Target has started clearing those out again. Walmart was first to jump on this way back this summer. They were blowing them out for $40, the Millennium Falcon from The Force Awakens. Originally $140. I saw it today at Target for like $42. So your mileage may vary. So if you want to pick up this set for maybe not for the vehicle itself, but maybe for the figures, and I don't know, it's not a bad way to get one if you're a holdout for absolutely dirt cheap pricing.
I was just talking about this yesterday. You and I, with Scott from Tulsa, and you and I have talked about this before. 2016 really was the first time I can recall just the arse fell out the whole price of toys. They were up on sale and then they were immediately on clearance. It was like this never-ending kind of full price, then next day break down to kind of, in some cases $6 for figures that were 23, a few weeks before. It's a strange time for toys, very strange.
Yeah,
here's hoping 2017 sorts itself out a little, but yeah. What do we got next?
Next thing was these are starting to ship now from Entertainment Earth and stores. I think Dorkside Toys is having the case assortment. There's a new 2-pack out there of the Phasma and Finn figure from Force Awakens.
This feels like it's a year out of date.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Just kind of weird why they just, I don't know. Maybe again because of well, no, Finn had the lightsaber. We saw it in the poster and it wasn't really right. As if they kept it back like Rey. It just seemed a weird time to finally get this done and out, but
yeah.
Oh, well, there you go.
And even the packaging too. It's like you have Captain Phasma over here on the left-hand side, and then it says Finn Jakku on the bottom. Well, it's not. It's really Finn Takodana if he's got the lightsaber.
Yeah, just bizarre. I don't know. I guess the packaging's maybe made so far in advance.
Yeah.
And maybe they changed the pack-ins of the products. So I guess there's some issues that way, but
right. So
it's a cool little backpack. Yeah,
this is going to be a peg warmer.
Yeah, I think so. Sadly, the figures have both been out, haven't they? So,
Yep. And what's even more distressing or odd is that the set comes 5 to a case. The other, the other 3 in the case are the Baze Malbus with Stormtrooper. So you get 3 of those, and then 5 of this Finn and Phasma one. It's just a really bad assortment. Not sure why they
should have been another way around. I would have thought. Yeah. Damn. Yeah. Oh well.
Let's see. What do we have next? It is. Oh, this one was taken by Chris Perillo.
I thought I'd include this.
Yeah, Princess Leia. We see bad paint app examples all the time. This one is of a 3.75-inch Jyn with her lipstick like on her cheek. Practically.
But it does look duck face, as Chris is saying. It's just got this real kind of pout that's... I just included it. I thought, we have to put this in the show. So, yeah, I like that little... Let me take a selfie. Anyway.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of the Walmart exclusive 3.75-inch, excuse me, Cassian Andors where the beard has been off-center, and it's like... his goatee thing is just like shifted to one side, and it just looks like he has like he's not doing duck face, but he's just has this weird expression, and the paint is just shifted over here. It's like, man, monkeys work in the paint shop over there at Astro Factories or what?
The money they're paying them,
I guess. Yeah. What else do we have here? Moving on to some of the higher end stuff, Hot Toys and Sideshow. There is the Dengar 1/6 scale figure, which looks pretty awesome.
It does. It really does. The cloth looks good. Everything looks good, actually. It really is quite a awesome looking piece. The one thing, there's a little close up, which really interests me. I'm sure you know this, but for those others that don't, on Bossk's kind of codpiece belt here, that's the little symbol that appears on a Snowtrooper, because this is basically Snowtrooper parts and armor they chucked together. I'm sure you knew that. But yeah, just I remember a few years ago when I found out about that, and I didn't know that this was what they did in the prop department. They just used some old Snowtrooper armor and just added widgets and things. And it makes sense. I just saw the vintage Black Series Snowtrooper the other day with the little 3 dots, and I was like, that's it. That's the same thing.
Yeah.
There you go. But yeah, it's a cool figure. I like the image they have at the end there of the all the bounty hunters finally together, all the re-release ones, and they do look good.
Yeah.
But it's a good 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, maybe $1,400. When you see it like that, I'll pass. But they look good. They do look good.
If you're gonna do it, you might as well go all in and get the bounty hunter set. You know, if you want to have like a focus collection, or just if you don't want to collect them all, which is obviously very hard for a lot of people, picking a grouping of, you've got the bounty hunters, or do the crew of Rogue One. You just kind of focus and have a nice little subset of characters. This would be a nice figure to round out a bounty hunter collection, obviously.
Although probably you and I are the worst people in the world to say, have a focus. But we still have focuses. But yes, you get the picture, everybody. Anywho.
Next item, Rogue One Hot Wheels are starting to show up around in various locations. I know I've been able to find the Jin car finally at one of my local grocery store of all places, but I haven't seen the other 3 that we're sharing on screen at retail yet.
I've seen the Imperial Guard, but I haven't seen any of the others at all. So, yeah.
Shoretrooper. Was it Shoretrooper, K2SO, and the Imperial Guard?
That's right. Yep. So the Imperial Guard was definitely in one of the recent waves. But for some reason, Jen, and these, I don't know what waves they're in. I don't know what's happening, but they're turning up anywhere. But I think we've got another image just here. There you go. You also found this.
Yep. The cool Bossk and Boba Fett 2-pack. Very cool. Nice. Fett's been out before, but the Bossk car is all new.
I know. Nice. It's different looking artwork for Fett on that car, but nice. Hope we get a single release one day of Bossk. That'd be lovely. Cool.
What else? Next one up is this were kind of a sad thing, but Disney Infinity was, the gaming platform was canceled last year. And we got to see some prototypes of Rogue One figures that were planned for the line. We're on screen now. We're sharing one for Baze Malbus, and it's just perfect. I mean, the pose, obviously it's a kind of a caricature of that character, but it's very cool. There've been some painted ones that I've seen as well.
I thought I've got an image somewhere, or you tweeted an image through the week of the sketch version of the 3D render.
Right.
And it looked fantastic. It looked really good. His backpack just looks fantastic, really good. But hey, I'm not going to get to see him.
Yeah.
So, another victim of 2016, sadly.
Yeah.
So,
let's see what else is here. The Disney Store. They kind of this has been available in the UK for a while now, but it started to hit stores here in the US. This is the First Order TIE Fighter pilot from Rogue One, from The Force Awakens.
I think the metallic aspect really works on him because of the shininess of the armor, but it does look good indeed. I know a lot of people are really into these, and I can see why. But
most of the armored characters are really well done as far as they just feel like they fit that format really well.
Scott was telling me the other day these are still $15, I think, in your Disney stores.
So if you've been holding off on the line or only picking and choosing, and again trying to have a focus, this is a great time to pick up some of those figures. I have avoided them so far, except for the caveat. Except for I do have a Boba Fett. Did they have a prototype Boba Fett in that line?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I'm surprised if you wouldn't have bought it.
Yeah.
One of your.
One of my focuses. We'll share one of those here, items here in a bit. But yeah, that's it's nice having that sale going on if you're going to pick up some of those figures. You know, the weightier figures, the droids especially are really nice. You know, K2SO, the R2 units.
They are indeed.
What else? Finally here, another 6-inch scale type figure, the Mayfex Shoretrooper.
That's right. These look good.
Yes.
They're called Shoretroopers. They're called Scarif Troopers. They're called Squad Leaders. It's like there's another one.
Right.
And, oh my god, just confusing.
So with this set, you get interchangeable armor and accessories to create both versions.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So you can buy 2.
Yep.
Yeah, very nice indeed. And a cloth camo skirt as well.
Yeah. As cool as the Hasbro 6-inch figures are for these, this one's really, these are really good as well.
Yeah, it's a little bit more finished, isn't it? There's the silver there, and the fact you get 2 looks in one.
Yeah.
Again, Hasbro's, a third of the price nearly.
Right.
But yeah, they do look good. Mayfex, so they'll be packed with articulation at the wazoo. But yep.
Very nice.
They are.
What else? Moving on to some Lego news. Lots of the we'll start with this R2-D2 polybag, which is kind of a weird item because it's not a minifigure; it's a buildable R2.
That's right.
So it's a little bit larger than. Well, I guess it would have to be quite a bit larger, like maybe twice the size of a Lego minifigure.
Yep. Seems to be. Someone's actually built it. It was on an eBay store.
I saw that.
And someone posted it on Instagram, and then I saw it there. And long story short, but it's yeah, we don't know. I mean, this could be May the 4th kind of thing again. It could turn up as a Legoland Park exclusive in the UK and Denmark and California and whatever, or I don't know. Could be by spend $75, get a free R2 or something. I don't know, but it's a cool little addition. And of course, if you're an Astromech fan, then you must have this.
Yep,
that's part of your focus. So yeah, good looking little piece.
Very nice. New Lego sets are starting to show up. Kind of typically on Lego's schedule, about the first of the year, you get new sets dropping. So this is where was this from? This was
from Australia. This was from this was a way back. This was December the 17th. So this is a little bit of time ago now. But I think they pretty much began to turn up in the US. Definitely in the UK, they turned up quick there too. But I think the US has started to see some of these on shelf.
I think so. I haven't seen any of the newer ones yet, but lots of good sets in here. There's a cool Scarif base one. There's a lot of the mini or microfighters that I like that I'll definitely be getting. These have most of them are Rogue One themed.
Definitely.
So it's got the U-Wing, the TIE Striker, the Y-Wing, and the AT-ST, which doesn't look very good.
It's pretty terrible, actually. I'm just in the middle of doing a review for that little mini AT-ST Imperial Trooper Battle Pack. It's terrible.
I think people will just be buying those up for the
Death Troopers. For the Death Troopers. So
I think I might need to get like 5 or 6 of those boxes or
something. Stay on the focus. The focus be with you.
Yeah, exactly.
I know. We're just it's toys. We can't say no.
More Lego. Again, we're kind of post-Christmas stuff, and retailers are getting a new product, clearancing out old. I saw this set that I'm very tempted to get. This is the Rebels set that includes Darth Vader's TIE Fighter as well as the A-Wing. Includes 4 great figures. It's got the new Darth Vader in it, the Grand Moff Tarkin, Sabine, and an A-Wing pilot. This was originally a $90 set, and I've seen it today on clearance at Target for $62 or something like that. So pretty decent price for that.
I think the thing that strikes me is this isn't that old.
No, I mean this came out
September.
September, yeah. So
God, that's just so quick to just see things getting reduced, and it's nuts.
Yeah,
barely on the shelf. Anywho.
Next up, Funko. Lots of good Funko bits here. this came out earlier, well, late last year, the Shadow Guard, exclusive to Walgreens, that had started popping up again online on Walgreens.com. Our friend Scott from Tulsa alerted us and everyone to that. So, it's a good figure.
Just a repaint, but still good.
It's got a unique arm for the
unique
arm because of the lightsaber staff that he has. Isn't the same.
Right, of course, it's not the same as. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Someone at one point said this was actually glow in the dark, but I'm sure I saw that somewhere. The visor was or something, or
yeah, Walgreens had it mislabeled on their site as a glow in the dark figure, so it does not.
It does not.
This was the big news of today. There was a leak over in the Funko Fanatics forum last week of some repaints of vintage, or repaints of, I guess they're not repaints. Some of them are brand new sculpts. There's some vintage Kenner themed pops coming out. This was what was leaked over on the forums. There's a Hammerhead, a Greedo, yellow hair Luke, Obi-Wan, a vintage. I love the Ciota. I just need it like right now. People are wondering like why the red eyes. If you look at the vintage figure closely, his eyes are kind of a brownish, burnt sienna type color. So it's ingenious of them to translate that over to this scale as well. And then the Bib Fortuna, which has the odd bluish tinge to the skin color. Very cool.
Exactly. So Brian at Funko, Brian, the CEO at Funko, commented in that forum saying they're coming, they're on their way soon, which is pretty huge. And ties in, you and I were talking about this earlier on with the 40th anniversary. And it's quite a big thing that we could be maybe the first 12 figures. And well, the Bib Fortuna's there. So definitely vintage themed, lots of things is coming. So that's good. But then Matt Martin just tweeted out today as well and confirmed it even more.
Reveals that Walmart will be receiving a 3-pack of these figures. The 3-pack includes the Hammerhead, Greedo, and Walrus Man. And that's supposed to come out this month. So
exactly. And Walrus Man hasn't got an arm. It's very dark.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I think he does. I think he's holding his gun out. Maybe.
Is he?
Like his arm is raised, like Greedo's is.
Right. Well, it looks hell of a short. Yeah. No, I think you're right. I thought he'd lost his arm. I thought, well, that's cool.
Yeah.
That'll be an exclusive. Someone will have that as an exclusive.
Right.
But
great.
Hammerhead looks great. Hammerhead's been out before.
Yep.
Great.
And it was it was more like the which figure was the Hasbro one from back, I guess, 97. Kind of that look. Maybe it was not. No, maybe it was the Saga collection look. Can't remember.
But the one that's unique there is Ponda.
Yeah. Yep.
Because the Greedo wasn't great the first time around. The colors were a little weird, and if I remember. But it's just these are repaints, apart from Hammerhead, I believe.
Well, has Walrus Man come out before?
Walrus Man's been out of pop. Yep.
Huh.
Sorry, not Walrus Man. Sorry, Hammerhead. My bad.
Right, Hammerhead's been out before, but I think he has.
Not in those colors. You're right. No,
right. I don't remember him being in the jumpsuit before. I think he had on like the full clothing.
Yes, he was more like the Elithorian kind of figure that we've had.
Right.
Yeah. But this is the classic Kenner Palatoy style. So.
It's very cool.
It's the packaging for me. If this comes in the packaging, then it's just, shut up and take my money.
Yeah. And that's what's kind of interesting is in both of these leaked shots, packaging has not been shown yet. So I think that's very well under wraps, and that's going to be revealed, I would guess, soonish. Well, it's going to be revealed quickly because if this is hitting stores this month, I would guess we would get our first look at how they're handling the 40th anniversary logo treatments for Star Wars this year.
It's got to be the classic vintage package, and it's just
You would hope so. I mean, we've shared before those custom boxes that people have done for the vintage pops and whatnot. It's like, man, people would be buying those hand over fist if that's what they look like.
I know. No. Well, Funko are very quick to turn stuff around. It's they can turn stuff way quicker than Hasbro can. So So yeah. Talking to Funko.
What else? Clearances on Funko. I've been picking up a lot of these figures on clearance and helping other people out that haven't been able to find them for this cheap. I must have purchased 20 of the Anakin pops over the past week and a half, and just helping people out that either can't find them or can't find them at this price. And $2.68 for a brand new. I mean, this figure just came out in December.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's the thing. Just the prices are just nuts. It's a brand new figure, but yeah. Rogue One, the film's in theaters right now. It only came out in 3 weeks ago, and the figures are slash and burn. It's just it's crazy.
Yeah, Cassian's still about the $4.50 price point that I've seen at most stores. So at least that exclusive one, anyway.
I think it shows you the retail shelves these days. If it doesn't shift within 3-4 weeks, it's got to go. They have to literally get it off the shelves for more stuff.
Yep.
Not good. Never mind.
Let's see. Moving on to some TV, movie, book, and game news. Whiteman can jump. This one is news regarding Han Solo spin-off film or standalone film coming in 2018. Still, there's rumors that movie is not coming out in May. It might get pushed to December of 2018, which makes sense, all considering the success of the Star Wars movies now hitting in December. But Woody Harrelson has been rumored, or I don't know how far to take this, but as some sort of a Han Solo mentor in the spin-off film.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. We're getting a Han Solo movie. It's just wow. It's just it's becoming the Marvel Universe. Disney's doing the MCU, the SWU. It's a whole interconnected big thing, and
it's working for them.
It is working for them. I think that the way they've done the connectivity with the Marvel Universe, clearly with Rogue One, the way the spoiler alert ties into A New Hope, they're now beginning to think as one universe, and that's good.
Yep.
And even comics and things fit.
And even with the episode of Star Wars Rebels that was just aired today, that's further tied to Rogue One because it has Saw Gerrera in it. So they got their thinking caps on, and they're making sure everything is connected. People were, understandably, they were upset that they rewrote, a majority of expanded universe that had come out since, forever ago. But if it makes room for stuff that is canon or real or whatever you want to call it, I'm fine with that, as long as the stories are good and they make sense and they continue to generate interest and keep the fandom going. And I'm fine with new stories that rewrite old stories that not very many people are aware of.
It just makes sense to have your universe connected so that all your media can play a part in telling a bigger picture, a bigger story. Having the disconnected, I know people bought billboards and people love it and they won't let it go, but I think if they give this time, this can be a great Star Wars universe with all this connectivity. But hey, that's just my view. Yep. Anyway,
we've got some new covers from John Tyler Christopher we could share here. I think there's 3 of them. The first one here is the Bespin C-3PO, which is ingenious because all of his parts are piled into the bottom of the little blister.
I know. It's even got the little black thing you would put on Chewie's back as a kid.
Yep.
That's just love that.
The little vinyl pouch that you could use.
That's fun.
What's the next one? There was the...
we're jumping all over. There we go.
There we go. Darth Maul.
Nice.
For his issue number 1 that comes out here.
Love it. Of the teeth.
Yep.
Cool indeed. Cool. And then the last one is the... It's
kind of like the mail away early bird type of set.
Correct.
they've done it before. They had, who was in that one? There was an R2.
Leia, Chewie, Luke.
Yeah. So this one is very subtle, but it's kind of ingenious in its design. It has Darth Maul, Darth Vader, and Kylo Ren. But if you look in the upper right-hand corner of the page, there's what simulates postage stamps, and they're of Qui-Gon Jinn, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Han Solo, all people that the three below have killed. It's just a morbid in-joke.
It is. It is. I think this is, I'm sure I've got them all, but I think this is his third kind of early bird cover. I'm sure he did a special one, another one for another comic retailer. But yeah, he's done this before, and it just looks good. It's a really nice little blast back to the past, getting your little even the stickers on the box and the stamps. Coruscant is the stamp on the thing. Love it.
Yep.
He's just the best. GTC, good guy.
Very good at what he does.
Indeed.
Next one here, classic Marvel art with an updated twist. This was one you just flashed up there a second ago.
Yep, just while on the subject of comics, this was something that was really nice on this Behance.net gallery. If you know your Marvel comics, the original #1 Star Wars, and even the re-release, this classic kind of style has been done with a kind of look and feel of the Force Awakens, which is it just really fits. It looks really nice. So on this Behance gallery, you'll see the guy's got there's a larger, a nicer picture you can see there, but it just looks great. You sell them in frames and prints and stuff, and always love a bit of art and cool stuff. So if you fancy picking up, I think he's got them for sale somewhere. I can't remember the cost. He's a lot of cool stuff like that. So yeah.
Very cool. Next thing here, we just touched on it slightly. Saw Gerrera had shown up in the episode of Star Wars Rebels tonight. I have yet to watch it, actually.
Me too.
But pretty cool that they're like we just discussed, crossing things over and keeping it all connected. So it'll be cool to see where he was at this point in the timeline.
It's the number of people who've already spoiled this for me. Like, you have still not a chance to watch it. They just keep tweeting out all the little bits and pieces. It's like, God, give it a day, give it a few hours, for God's sake. Yep. Anyway, yes, it's now available to watch.
And even though it's not in the show notes here, there was a new trailer that had just dropped for the second half of Rebels. Looks very good. Lots of cool thing, with Mandalorians and the dark saber returning, and the showdown between Maul and Obi-Wan, old Obi-Wan. Very cool. It shows Maul on Tatooine and Obi-Wan there, roasting marshmallows.
I know. Tying in the comics. They're going back and tying back in the comics.
Yep. So very cool. And as we just mentioned, old Obi-Wan, Steven Stanton is returning as Obi-Wan, voice for many years in the Clone Wars series by what's his name?
I know who you're talking about. I forgot his name. Yeah, he's been the host of Celebrations and
Taylor.
James Arnold Taylor.
Yeah, James Arnold Taylor. Yeah. So he's not voicing him for this version of Obi-Wan, but he did. What's kind of funny is James Arnold Taylor voiced him for the Rebels premiere that had the holocron Obi-Wan in it. So
it's odd. It's I watched a side note. I watched an ABC special on the kind of making of Tarkin from Rogue One and the digitization and so forth. And I guess from what they were saying, it made more sense to have the actor who played Peter Cushing in Rogue One do the voice as well, because of the lip syncing issues. It was even more complication. So I get why they did that. But I did think once I saw the movie, I was like, why didn't they get Stephen Stanton to do the voice? Right. But I understand why now. But it's a kind of odd choice to go back and get Stanton to do the Obi-Wan there. But I mean, great. I'm all for it. He's a fantastic voice artist. So
and he's voiced Obi-Wan before in a couple of video games. I think it was.
Right. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah,
I can't remember. So, but yeah, it's going to be good. I'm looking forward to what transpires in season 3, because it's supposed to, as we get closer to the Rogue One timeline, we're going to get to see some more of how the events of Rogue One are affected, or kind of how the story plays out in the Star Wars Rebels universe.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be cool.
I think you were tweeting, or somebody was tweeting about the or slight, not confirmation, that the old Obi-Wan figure might be from Rebels coming a reality, or someone was begging Hasbro to make it. I don't know if it was you or someone. So anyway.
Yeah, there was something I posted the other day about Forrest Whitaker. Someone had shared with me on Twitter a podcast in which Forrest Whitaker was interviewed, and he said he had seen 3 action figures, quote unquote, of his character. One was from Rogue One, which is coming this year. Was it in April? In that 4-pack from Hasbro. He saw his Pop vinyl character that's exclusive to Walmart here, and then he said he saw a animated version. He said Clone Wars, but I think he meant Rebels. So I think we're going to get a Star Wars Rebels version of Saw Gerrera as well. So that'll be cool. I mean, more figures and more versions of Saw. I'm sure we'll
get a classic band as well. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get there'll be a Hot Toys version at some point, I'm sure, and there'll be a Disney store version.
Well, it sounds like she's going to be around for a little while in the Star Wars universe. So I keep calling him she.
She Gerrera. She Guevara.
I even put it in the show notes, aka She Guevara, just like as a joke. Never mind. In joke, people, in joke. Never mind. Anyhow.
That brings us to some of our reviews and our toy guide, or our toy purchases and acquisitions for what seems like forever since we did our last show before Christmas. What are some of the things that you've reviewed and picked up since then?
Oh my god, a ton of stuff. Bought some stuff at Dorkside Toys and BBTS and other stuff, but the Revan Wave of the Black Series, I have to say Revan is not that great. He's okay. He's just, sorry, I know everyone's going to be, shooting me here, but
I don't disagree.
It's just not quite worth the hype and the hyperbole that he gets, but good fun. Ben Obi-Wan Kenobi again, he's just a great figure, and actually one of the highlights of the figures, the recent ones that I've bought, because pretty much every recent Black Series figure I've bought and reviewed, but the Cassian Andor from the Target 3-pack is a great figure.
Yep.
The rifle, the breaking down into the 3 components. Yeah, exactly.
Yep, I've got him right here. It's an excellent figure. It's an excellent version, excellent sculpt, detail, likeness, paint. I really like it. It's a good one.
I think he's got a good kind of mold in the body. It feels chunky and a good size, but if we could get more kind of Rebels like that, it would be nice. The Rebels always seem to be weak in representation in figure form. They're never really. Rebel Soldier's always a little peg warmer-ishy, and they blasters like that. The rifle's superb. So yeah, he's a great figure. So he's probably the highlight of my recent purchases. But that's it. Nothing. Lots of other non-Star Wars stuff, but I could be here all day talking about that.
As far as reviews for myself, I did pick up and I did receive that Macquarie Concept Artist Series statue from Sideshow, and it's everything it's cracked up to be. I really like it.
It looks nice. Let me just share that on screen because you've went to the bother of usual doing a great gallery of photographs.
Oh, yes.
I wish toy sites would give as much detail as you do. You get all the kind of detail packed in here, all the different angles and the boxes, and you just don't get that. So yeah, it's slick. I love the stand it's on. It's superb. Yeah,
it's very cool.
It's a very nice piece.
So there was 2 different versions of this figure were released. One had when I took the photographs for this, I kind of took the photos. Well, I'll say I place more emphasis on the helmet that is exclusive to this set versus the one that it's packed with. This helmet that we're showing on the screen right now is the standard helmet that it comes with. The Concept Macquarie Boba Fett helmet. If you bought the exclusive version, which was limited to 750 pieces, you got the traditional what we call the traditional T-visor Boba Fett helmet.
Yep.
And so that's what made this one exclusive. So I went with that run.
It's very nice indeed. It really is.
But yeah.
Oh, it looks like a Millennium Falcon cockpit window there.
Yeah, they said it's inspired by Slave One, and I didn't really see that. I'm not sure why they called it. It does. If you look at the base from the back, you could kind of see what it kind of looks like a ramp.
Yep.
But it doesn't really scream
Slave One
to me. But anyway, it's still decent, and it looks Star Wars-y, I would say.
It does. It looks very Coda Picaya, actually, the way the head and the parts, the swap out parts, more than Gentle Giant. But it's a beauty of a piece.
Right. Yeah, I like it quite a bit. It's cool. The helmet, or the head, I should say, it attaches via magnets to keep it secure.
Oh, nice.
The hand that's holding the blaster is also, you have to assemble that part, and that is also assembled and held in place with a strong magnet. So yeah, nice. It's a cool piece. It'll be the focus point of the prototype Boba Fett collection that I have.
The growing Proto Fett collection.
Right. So yeah, there was like I said, there were two versions. The regular edition one that didn't include the second helmet was 1,000 pieces. The exclusive version was limited to 750 pieces. I was lucky enough to get number 15. That's
wow.
Pretty low edition number.
That is pretty low. 5750. Yeah, this will not last anywhere it is available anywhere.
Yep.
It's too nice a piece.
The exclusive one is sold out, so you can only get the regular edition on Sideshow Toy right now. So price is a little bit high, I mean, considering, but I don't know. I felt it was worthy. I've purchased similar items from them because I did collect that Mythos line from Sideshow years ago, which they never really continued on after the 5 figures that they had done. And I bought all of those, and I had them at one point, but they didn't keep going, and I needed the space, so I flipped them all on eBay. But
you're
yeah,
not going to lose your money on this kind of thing. You'll always need to get the money back, if not more. It's always the same with these pieces, and it's Boba Fett. It's Boba Fett. I had people come up today, our boot sale for me today. You got any Boba Fett? Of course, that was all they wanted was Boba Fett. So yeah, Boba Fett's always going to sell. So yeah.
As far as other things that I've picked up, like you, I received the case assortment of the Black Series Rev and Wave, very solid wave. 6 characters, very very diverse as far as their source material. But you get troopers, you get female character in Sabine and Leia, you get Obi-Wan, a Sith,
nice mix,
and then 2 troopers of you got the AT driver or pilot, depending on which box you got, and the Snow Trooper. So
yeah, very good.
I received my Wave 3 case of 3 3/4-inch Rogue One figures. That includes the Grand Admiral Thrawn, which has a variant about we didn't really talk about, but he's got the first version that shipped initially had his badge colors. They were wrong. It was missing the yellow segments of the badge, and apparently Hasbro had caught wind of it or noticed and corrected the figure. So there are 2 versions of that one out now.
Nice.
Not a lot of people care about a simple repaint variant like that, but it makes it more correct. So I will definitely be getting both versions. And then, like I said, I got that set of the Phasma Finn 2-pack, which was new. Picked up a lot of good books over Christmas. The best one that's come out so far is this Rogue One visual guide. It's the best reference material for Rogue One that you're gonna find. So it really has a lot of great detail in that.
There's a lot of little things you shared some. I've seen some on a couple of Star Wars forums as well. Some things that we just didn't realize in the movie at all. from the book. Lots of them. You shared the one about the peg holes.
Yep.
Which was kind of cool. And I saw another one about, oh God, it was a weapon or a helmet or something. I can't remember. But there's a lot of really juicy detail. And yeah, it kind of makes me want to go back and see the movie again as well. It's kind of like, once you see the detail. But yeah.
Yeah, there was a couple things I shared when I received the book. There was the Sabine's starboard helmet or symbol is on one of the Rebel pilot helmets. And also the it reveals that Cassian was one of the Fulcrum agents. That again, that ties to Rogue One, or to Rebels. So
yep.
Like Ahsoka was a Fulcrum agent. So very cool.
Nice.
What else did I buy? Looking around to see if anything.
All the same. What else have I got to buy?
Yeah, pops. Various pops. I picked up the Rebels assortment that was out there that included, the core Rebels crew essentially. I think that was it for the major stuff. Got a couple things for Christmas as gifts. Surprisingly, I didn't have, so that's always good. I got a couple of those buildable figures. Like there's the K2SO and the
Lego ones.
Yeah, the larger.
Yep.
Actual figures. I got a couple of those for Christmas, so that was nice. Otherwise, that's it. I've just been plugging away.
Yeah, lots of it's that kind of time. It's a weird, quiet time slightly because we know Toy Fair's coming up, and it's going to be that kind of announcement. Everything's going to be kept for, was it February 14th, February 16th, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Javits Center in New York. So that'll be a big pile of release stuff, and that's going to take us through to Celebration in April, where there's going to be tons more releases and announcements there. And then in San Diego, the first 6 months is going to be, we're about to get on the toy roller coaster all over again. It's crazy.
Yep, because by the end of the year, we'll be coming up on episode 8, so it's going to be busy.
We're right over here again. Oh my God, it's just, here we go again, everybody. Strap in. Never mind.
I think that's it. So again, thanks for everyone for watching and sticking with us for the past year. And we will be back this year with a lot of new great content. So until next time, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you again soon.
See ya.